Shout out to, is this it?
Do you want to start?
All right.
But I did have an opening that we need to do.
Okay.
So you're the one that has to say the one-liner to punch her.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Not Well,
the podcast where we're not just out of the closet, we're out of our minds.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Jim.
I don't know why, but that's what we did this week. Scene.
Love it.
I didn't hit my pen yet.
That's your fault.
So tell us what you were going to say.
Okay, well, this is a shout out to Stephanie, my neighbor Stephanie. She is a teacher and she is a mother. And she's also a dog mother. But she also said she would listen to our podcast. So shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out, Steph. And shout out, if we're on that level, shout out to all the people at camp.
Yeah, we have some chatting to do about that.
Oh, honey, my life has changed.
I'm surprised you're not nude now.
I was actually
you should be.
What's funny
you
is
should have come out nude.
I actually really thought about like having like a
now that you're used to it, except you probably still will never be nude around your friends.
Okay, I'm gonna discuss it.
Okay.
It's fine. I have my moment.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously we want to make sure you're calling in still. Now, we would like to thank Thatcher for calling in four times this week.
Yeah.
One for this. Well, two for that. The first one he didn't like, so he re-recorded. And so
that's better. I like that.
We got two things to listen to from him today. So Thatcher, go ahead and DM me your address and your size, and I can get you some swag.
And he's not talking dick size, although if you want to send a pic.
I'm really into it. So
yeah, it's interesting. Thatcher can leave 4 messages and some of our friends can leave 0.
And I know there's a lot of you that are not well. I know there's a lot of you that have things to say. I know there's a lot of you who have opinions about the episodes. Tell us, call us, let us know what you think.
The number of people that come up to me and talk about the episode with me, I'm lately. Like, give us a voicemail.
But it's insane lately. Like, even
lately
messages I'm getting on, I'm like,
it's
kind of like
it's becoming too much.
We're too famous now.
Oh my God.
God, look at us. We can't even walk down the street.
Yeah.
Anyway, so make sure you call us 614-721-5336.
That's 614-721-5336. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let me just take a sippies.
Now, I have to have I wanted to open the show. I wanted to open the show differently, but unfortunately, we have some things that we got to fucking talk about. I want to addressed.
I want you to wear a dress.
I'm not used to being dressed.
Wow.
I want to talk about the fact that in Columbus, Ohio this last weekend, we had Nazis just hanging out in the streets during a drag show.
The world has now seen proof of the horrors committed by Nazi Germany.
It is rumored that it will be the largest gathering to date of Nazi personnel.
Some Nazi punks took a shit.
Meanwhile, this is our tone-deaf governor one day after the event.
We gather around this time, the time of the National Days of Remembrance, to reflect on history.
Mike, shut up.
To remember the victims.
Christ almighty, are you dumb and blind?
Survivors, as well, of the atrocities committed by the Nazi regime.
You're a fool. Worse, you're a fucking liar.
In the years leading up to and then during World War II.
You're a huge fucking liar.
So I think it is particularly important that we...
Look, Mike, the church wants us to believe that it's just a few bad apples.
We continue together. We continue to tell the story.
Mike, are you on something?
And it's important for our young people.
And what was the drag show for?
It was for Kaleidoscope, which is a youth
center for the LGBTQ
plus. Pluses too. Even them.
Even they.
Even Zems.
And the Zems. But literally, it's like a charity event, and there are drag queens performing to raise money for a youth center for the kids that
wasn't youth.
Kicked out. There were no youth there because it was at a brewery. It's 21
a straight
plus.
brewery. It is
a
you
straight
can
brewery.
Call it straight, but the owners are straight presenting.
Yeah.
At the least bi, but I mean...
At the most bi.
Or at the most bi, yeah.
Yeah, I just... So it was at Land Grant in Franklinton, and like during the performance, all of a sudden, some people started marching up, Zig Heiling, and...
saying there'll be blood.
Yeah, having a sign that says there will be blood. One thing to note, their entire bodies are covered, including their faces. They won't wear masks for COVID, but they sure do like to hide.
I think it's really.
I love it.
Really
I love that
point.
the Nazis are cowards. Like that's the craziest part.
If
Like
you're gonna do it, then don't be a pussy.
If you're gonna do it, show your face.
I mean, look at Virginia West. She showed her whole open back because of course it wouldn't fit.
And we're not saying she should have. Listen,
I know they didn't expect it.
And it took off too because like the Nazis
everywhere.
showed up. So like she was in like a lot of famous people were reposting, like people with 1 million followers. Like some of these like accounts.
They have to though. I mean, like, this is bad.
So that's why.
So anyway, the Nazis.
Back to the Nazis.
Like, fuck off.
I just want to see if any of them are hot because, like, you know that there are some there are always hot Nazis. Well, there's also like hot. All of them. Like, there's some gang members I've seen. Like, I don't know if it's the tattoos.
Those baby blues, babe.
It's the baby blue. It's the hard life. The hard knock life.
It's the hard knock life. You want them to be a little edgy, but you want that soft eyes.
You want them to choke you out while they're
you want to
shoving
feel
you
like
on the
you're going to die.
mattress.
Right. You want to feel like there's a point where they could flip and go all the way.
What is it about Danger that really Danger sets me off now?
I feel like it kind of does.
Is that a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's an age thing. I think now the only thing that excites us is really bad tragedy type situations that we could potentially be in if we
like. I'm not saying I've ever done it, but like
you're ready to do an open room. You're ready to have like where you go to a hotel room and somebody has their door cracked and you walk in and fuck them and leave and don't say a word. That's where you're at right now. You're getting there.
Am I really?
Yeah, I'm the one that's cracking the door.
Oh my God.
At this point, like,
yeah, you're like, yeah,
except from a side, and I made it very official.
Oh, really? Yeah. I like that. Keep that hole protected because honestly, you can't afford surgery.
I can't. I really can't anymore. My hole is my hole. God, I forgot about my surgery. They probably look at my ass.
Yeah.
Like, ew.
If you were laying on the bed, they'd be like, wrong room. Okay. Housekeeping.
Like,
sorry.
Can you arch it up a little bit and make it look not as flat, you fat fuck?
Can you hand me that towel so I can hide everything but the hole? I mean, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Like,
no,
I wouldn't let my hole be out in the open air.
Well, mine was a lot this weekend. Like, we're going to talk about it.
But it was covered.
Was it?
Oh.
Because when you drop your fucking keys and you have to bend over at the hot tub. Because it did happen one time. That's the one thing.
Your balls were probably scraping the ground. Like, I
will tell you
why.
I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the Nazis.
So
I'm sorry. Maybe some of them were hot. But they all had masks on.
Which is very, very pussy.
It is.
We don't like
we
that
allowed
word.
to say that word?
I don't give a fuck anymore.
That's something that they would
sorry,
say.
New neighbor.
We'll use their language. So yes, they are pussies.
Well, they want to sit there and act like we're going to have blood. Bitch, you can't
there
show
will
your
be
face.
blood. Like, girl, really, will there be?
Girl.
Like, Virginia West stood up and made herself a target, a large target. She went like this, and like no one took a shot.
I mean, her corset was even, again, if you take a look at the replay.
The corset.
It's tight on the top, but as you go down the corset, it opens up. And she needs Rose's mom to come in here and go.
You're not to see that boy again. Do you understand me?
You remember the part on Titanic? We need somebody like Anissa Love needs to
Anissa
step
Love
up.
could take care of that.
Anissa, put your foot in her back and tighten it.
Oh, stop it, Mother. You'll give yourself a nosebleed.
Because we can't have Mama.
Now, one thing I will say about Anissa is she keeps retiring but then coming back. Like, I don't know if you follow her on Instagram because I do, and I love it. It's like, it can get messy. Drama. It's a lot of people like, all the haters out there hating on me. Fuck you, bitch. And I will shine and blah, blah, blah. And I'm done doing shows. I don't perform anymore. And then it's like next weekend, I'm like,
it's for a charity.
She's performing. Like, you're still performing.
That's kind of how I am with Jennifer Lynn. Like, I follow Jennifer Lynn and I'm like, why? I have no fucking idea. She had a podcast at one point. I met her at AWOL. She's like a queen that's in the South Side. Okay. Like, she don't even make it up to the front.
She's at a tavern. She's at a tavern.
She was at the place that you saw the strippers or whatever that one time.
The tavern.
South Bend.
Isn't that a tavern?
I guess. I call
it looked like a tavern. No offense.
What is a tavern exactly?
A tavern to me is like a dirty wood-based place. Like, everything has to have wood on it. You
like
know what I mean?
Wood-paneled, like,
yeah, it's
dirty,
like a pub, but it's like fully
smells
English.
like Lavioso.
I feel like pubs are more like Irish.
Pubs are like nice wood and
taverns
walnut.
Are more like
taverns more like basketball
English.
court. Yeah, like.
Yeah, like
that,
old
light.
men. There's always smoke in a tavern. There's like a little fire in the corner.
There's always a fight about to happen. I feel
there's
like.
always a fight.
Like, you never know who's going to come through the door.
And in South Bend Tavern, there's always about to be a gunfight because that's the vibe I got. When I went there, I was like, the shows are great. Like, the stripper I saw was amazing. Miss Manifest Destiny.
Honey. Who's Miss Manifest Destiny?
Let's just make sure that's really the name. Her name is Manifest. And the show that she did that really like blew my mind was this. Like, look at this.
Oh, shit. Oh, I love people that can dance.
Like, she showed up and did this, and I literally lost. So we got to shout out Miss Manifest Destiny.
Do you ever see drag queens get like horny kind of?
She's so good. Which ones? Sometimes.
No, I don't like you.
I'm trying to think. Yes.
Like, yeah. I think when there's a really like when there's a hot move happening, it turns me on. Not like in a. I don't know if it's necessarily like I want to stick my dick in your asshole.
I do.
It's more like you are just so fucking hot. Like it is sexy. You being sexy. You being that confident to be that sexy.
That's what it is. And the skills, because it does take a little bit of skill to impress me. Like there's a lot of people with confidence. They go on American Idol and you're just like, God damn.
Yeah, you're like, well.
There's the confidence, but no talent.
And I will speak about that as well as my sundry, because let me tell you, there's people who think that they are so fucking funny and so like great on the microphone.
Like us.
I guess, yeah.
Just don't fuck my dad, all right?
Anyway, so also in Columbus, there's been 2 shootings on the highway in the past week.
Wait, what? I didn't even know about that.
Oh, today there was a shooting on the highway. They shut it down. It took me like 45 minutes to get home. Yeah.
From where?
On 70 and 670, like right where the split is. Yeah. So that was another shooting. So they found a guy dead on the side of the road with a gunshot. Are we road raging? Are we like, what's happening is really what I'm asking.
It's now just America. Because like, did you hear about the 5 that got shot like execution style in Texas? Because they asked the guy to stop shooting his gun in his front yard.
Yes, and the whole family was killed,
including the kids, like the babies. And like in the bedroom, there were like 2 women draped over dead, but they were on top of 2 kids still alive. Thank God.
What in the fuck is wrong?
Imagine the trauma they're going to grow up with. It's just America. Like it's just straight up America. Like we have a shooting every day, every other day.
And I think there's actually an alert to other countries now, like multiple countries, not just like a few. Like
no, it's like Canada, Australia.
Like don't come here.
Like everyone says, make sure you think
protect
twice
yourself. It's
before
like,
you come to America.
What are we? I mean,
we're a third world country.
Nazis. We're Nazi Germany.
We are the. I mean, well, actually, the funny thing is, like in the country where there were Nazis in Germany, it's illegal to do the Nazi salute. It's illegal to walk around dressed as a Nazi. It's illegal to fly the swastika flag. Like they literally will arrest you. Like what? Think about it. They've been through it. They realize how it spreads. They've seen it before, so they decided we're not going to allow it anymore. They just don't allow it.
I think the biggest problem is there is a fine line with our stupid ass, like, oh, the First Amendment, though.
Right.
Okay, well, I get it. But also, this is a horrifying, hateful, disgusting group.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you have your free speech.
I think they're inciting violence. If you have a thing that says there will be blood.
You're shouting there will be blood.
So I'm kind of concerned.
And you're covering your face so you can get away with it.
And one of them at the last time this group demonstrated did point a gun into the crowd and like pretended to fire twice. So and they got arrested later because they got in another fight. Not arrested for pointing
I actually
the gun.
thought about it. I think if there happens again, I'm gonna go fight.
Oh yeah, let's go down.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's over.
Like, are you such a pussy that you can't even show your fucking face? You fucking who's the faggot now?
Literally.
I mean, honestly, like these guys probably.
Oh, God. They're
all simps, or what are they called? Incels, where they don't get.
They've never ever even had sex.
No girls like them. No guys like them. Nobody likes them.
We don't know. We haven't seen them.
Well, they probably all jerk off together, like in a little brotherhood. They're like, oh fuck.
Well, they probably put it in a cup and drink it to like get their manhood back.
That's true. They're all so manly, but you.
Whose turn is it to drink the cup of 12 men's cum today?
It's just like the story of Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
this is my blood. This is my body. This is my cum.
This is my cum.
There was one line left out of the Bible. This is my cum.
That's where they cut out. They're like, oh, that's Leviticus 8:5.
We gotta cut that out. Jesus, why did you come in a cup and share it?
They're like, cut it out. We're gonna call it wine, but we're gonna say it's your blood. Oh, because that's
your
better.
Blood.
It's really your blood.
Like, did he really cut himself into a cup?
I wonder if he did.
He came into a cup. It's easier.
Yeah, we just needed some DNA in a cup. Is all it was. Like, this is my DNA.
This is my DNA in a cup.
But we can't find it. So, okay.
Well, and this is a thing. This is just America now, though. Like, I feel like we want freedom of speech for these people, and then, but actual freedom of speech, like Disney's down in Florida. They said one thing about the "Don't Say Gay" bill last year, and
they've been attacked.
And now they've been attacked nonstop. Thank God they're finally suing DeSantis.
I hope he goes to fucking hell.
I do too. He's the worst.
Separate us.
And I don't know. There's a little clip I want to find and play for you.
Okay,
just real quick because it's
real
interesting. It's interesting.
Show you falling behind Trump. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
Again, Santis looks like one of the guys I saw at the camp this weekend. Like you know, you're there.
Here it is.
Oh no, I'm scared.
No, you'll get the vibe I'm getting, I believe. And we'll play it for the listeners. See what they think.
We need context for the listeners.
Okay, so this is DeSantis was questioned about, running for the presidency, etc. And this is when he's saying, like, I'm not a candidate yet.
Okay.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
I just want to see if you think he's, we'll say, straight. I'm not a candidate.
Wait, is that really him?
Yep. He's gay as fuck. He was visiting, I think, in Japan.
Why did he look
He was in Japan.
So
I'm not a candidate. Listen, no, this is how he talks.
I've never seen him smile before.
Yeah, he's evil. Thank you. I have never.
That was really bizarre. That was
I'm not a candidate.
that's Canada, honey.
I'm not a candidate, honey.
What I meant to say was no.
Literally. No, I'm just saying, like, he is one of those.
All the Republicans are faggots. No offense, but
if him and Lindsey Graham got in a room
they're all
together,
fucking each other. That's the whole thing. It's a boys' club. It's like they don't care about women.
They're
or
going to be
anybody.
a new season of Drag Race if we just got all these Republicans. Well,
but yeah, we could definitely have a good drag race with those motherfuckers up there. Like, can you imagine
Lindsey Graham crying and like it would be so.
Him.
Thank you, Rue. If I could talk to my 4-year-old self, what I would say is,
my little Lindsay. You're gonna get made fun of because of your name,
Lindsay. You got a beautiful woman inside of you, and
you have a dick the size of a clit, which is okay,
honestly,
because I got a lot of news.
So
anyway,
Play the voicemail.
Yeah, it was a voicemail. I left a voicemail.
You boys, it's Thatcher again.
That was good.
That was a good one.
I want to redo.
Okay.
The last one wasn't that good, so here it goes. Ooh, that was a little
sexual.
Oh, tongue.
Little tongue action.
So Thatcher, thank you for those. Now this is like the serious.
Good eye, cute boys. Good eye. Oh, actually, it's not a good day. It's your boy Thatcher. I was calling to tell you that I had a really bad day today. But better now that I'm speaking to you guys. So my question is, what is the worst day you guys had in your life? What is the worst day you guys can think of that really, really was fucking shitty? Okay, I've been kisses. Bye.
Thank you, Thatcher.
Thatcher.
But it's actually a good question.
Yeah.
What is the worst day of your life?
I don't think I've experienced it yet, but
oh wow, so you're already setting yourself up for worse failure.
Wow, you're the one to talk.
I mean, I
worst day of my life is every time I'm recording.
That's multiple days, you fucking id.
Okay, worst day. Or
like moment.
Okay, bad day, bad moments. Probably when I found out my mom had breast cancer in high school.
Yeah,
that was a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
All the days I've wanted to kill myself, those are bad days. I don't know which one was worse, but like I guess each one of them have been bad.
Yeah. Yeah. If
trigger warning, suicide discussion. I mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of shitty days. Like I've had a lot of days crying in the shower.
So for me, like just I think right off the top of my head when my parents came back from Hawaii and then my dad was like, well, I'm leaving. He packed a small bag and left. And then also the day that I cooked
the pizza with the lining still on it.
No, that might have been one of your bad days. No, when I did the cookout and I was like, I'll cook a steak so we can talk about things because he was like trying to, yeah.
Wait, what? Oh no!
Oh no! This is heartbreaking.
I don't know if I can do this.
Heartbreaking.
Because I've just been looking at his pictures on Instagram stories, and he's so hot.
It's tough. It's very tough. So he was like freaking out because we were getting serious, and like we were really, really getting along, and like that's why he kept pushing and pushing away. So he finally was like, "I can't do this anymore." And I freaked the fuck out, and I was like, "Why don't we just meet and talk? I'll cook dinner." So he was really bad at texting, but I always probably because he didn't want to talk to me.
Your bad days are abandonment.
So basically what happened was I was like, come over, So that day I went to Kroger. The next day I went to Kroger. I got like, I pulled out all the stops, like Ed sauce, fair potatoes, steaks. It was 7:00. He was supposed to be there at 6:30. I had everything like on the grill. I was like trying to be very relaxed. You know, when you're like trying to like
I know.
pretend like everything's fine, but it's not.
Great. Yeah, you're like, where the fuck are you?
I'm just cooking steaks. Like everything's great. No show, no show, no show. No show, no call. No text, no call, no show. Nothing. So 8 o'clock came around, and I did not eat any of it.
Oh my God.
I
I'd
went
be throwing
right
up.
to my bed and just laid there like a psychopath. And I did that for the next like probably 2 months. Like I would just go home and be like, it was bad. I was so depressed. And then the motherfucker had the nerve to then call me.
Oh my God.
2 months later, when I was finally like starting to like break out, and take me to dinner, take me to lunch. And I decided to go because,
of course you did. Look at you.
I mean,
you were a simp.
Honey, I simped him all day long. I'll simp his fucking. I mean, I ate his.
I'd
whole,
simp
like,
it. Oh, so you really were. You would never.
No, I mean, I went right. I mean, I'm.
Oh
he
my
is
God.
so hot to me. Like anyway,
I know. He's so hot to me.
It's kind of stupid. Like
it's bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad. So anyway, that was the worst day of my life. I would say.
My God. I can't. I hate that feeling right now. I'm like,
it's that feeling that gives me the worst day. Like, I don't want to feel
forgotten or like ignored or
right. Just tell me you're not coming.
Just say I can't come tonight. Just say it.
But the fact that he ignored it, and then he apologized, and then but he was still talking about like fucking girls and stuff at that time. Then he was like, "Oh, it was fucking," and I'm like, "Shut up!" Like,
yeah, like no, I'm eating your whole.
And then he moved to Florida, and then he all of a sudden
really
was
opened
fine.
up.
All right, and it's like okay. So anyway,
all these fucking
thanks
damaged
Thatcher
people.
for that. Fuck.
Thanks Thatcher.
I mean, I think. Yeah, those are my two like really that stick out when I think right to myself right now without thinking too hard. What's a moment that sucked? Those are 2 moments that come up.
I think my worst moments were both in school. Yeah.
Do you have something to say?
Undergrad, grad school, the worst.
Just like a moment or like a period of time?
Oh, no, months. I almost quit grad school like completely, like almost just completely left during my first year. Like
What made you stay?
I went home after 3 months. Probably debt. Probably like I'd already taken out like massive loans. So
Capitalism, they're like, well,
got to keep going, I guess. Got to fuck through this. And then undergrad too, I was like, well, I mean, what else am I going to do?
Yeah, it's really sad.
So it's like you get trapped and then you just get more depressed about it. Then you're like, here's some new drugs. And then you're taking Klonopin all the time.
Can't come all of a sudden.
Then you're on, next thing you know, you're on this drug, that drug. You've been on 15 drugs. You're looking into shock therapy. You're looking into ketamine therapy. You're looking into checking yourself in at the psych ward. Yeah. So there's been long periods of bad days. There's no one worse day, I don't think.
Do you want to listen to the second one or save it for next time?
Second one.
Okay.
Hello, cute boys. So.
There we go.
I'm going to bring this back to season 2, and I'm going to call the motherfucking pissed off hotline. Because I am peed off.
Oh, honey.
Have you done something have you done so many things for somebody over and over and over, maybe years, and then when you need the simplest, smallest thing from them, they fucking goose their neck and act like you shouldn't be asking them for this little favor, like their fucking shit don't stink? That shit happens to me all the time, and I'm kind of over it. Anyway, have you guys had some faulty-ass friends? Let me know. Hi, podcast! Ooh, my voice. I'm getting over sickness, but thank you guys. Bye.
Okay, so...
Okay, Thatcher.
You've got a lot of thoughts this week.
Your first one is correct. He called us attractive.
Thank you.
Then I have a comment before we dive in. It's interesting language. He's like, that shit happens to me all the time.
Right, and that's what triggered me.
I was like, happens to you.
So is it happening to you, or are you allowing it?
Yeah, I think you're allowing it, because like I don't have anyone like that in my life. You don't either.
Definitely have. Well,
you have.
I definitely know where you're coming from.
Yes,
Thatcher, you're a people pleaser. You are somebody who wants to make sure everybody's happy, and I don't blame you necessarily for that. The only problem is that then your feelings are compromised.
Yeah.
And you will always feel this way if you don't stop allowing it. Unfortunately, it's probably not in your personality to stop helping people, because that's just who you are.
Like, look at Bobby.
Look at me. So what we can do is we can talk to a therapist. So you're going to sort it out for yourself, because you're not going to be able to change these other people. The only thing you can change is yourself.
Oh, good. I like that.
It's true though. Like, so you are the one that can control the reactions that you have on XYZ situation. So what I would say is continue to be the nice guy that you are, but also, again, this word, which a lot of people don't like this word, but it's been said a lot lately, boundaries.
Oh?
You have to set some boundaries. I know a lot of people don't like that word. Like, people are like, boundaries.
Yeah.
It's
I think people
personal boundaries, not necessarily on the person.
People misuse it.
Sure.
Like people are really like trying to set rules for other people and then call it a boundary. And it's like, no, boundaries are for you only, just for you. So you can tell someone my boundary is this. If they do something to you, well, they cross
your boundary.
They cross
then they know,
your boundary.
and they've been made aware of it.
But it's not like a rule for them that they can't do. Like, you can't talk about this subject. Like, you can't direct someone to not talk about something.
That's
if you don't want to be around it, then you can say my boundary is if you start bringing this up, I leave.
And then you leave. Honestly,
that's
what you should do.
Yeah, you should be doing that anyways.
Because you shouldn't be like, well, I want to like.
But you're not going to be able to control other people's behavior and then call it a boundary. Correct. So that's why people hate boundaries. Once you understand what it really is and you're like, it's all for me. Like, here's one of my boundaries. I don't even have to explain it to someone. I just know if this is starting to happen around me and I don't like it, I'm going to take myself out of the situation.
And the keyword is I.
I act. That's why it's not happening to you. You've decided to allow this to happen.
Right. So if you sit there and let it happen.
My boundary is after one time of you not showing up for me when you said you could, or, after 3 times of me asking for something important that you can't do, I stop interacting with you as a friend.
Have to sort
I
of
stop doing things for you.
And you also like, and maybe if this is a friend for a long time, like you don't have to necessarily be like, well, that's my boundary.
You need to talk to them.
Talk to them and say, look, like I don't like when you do that.
This is
like,
true.
It's a tough conversation.
I was reading this advice column and it was like someone was saying how they had a friend who just completely cut them off because they all of a sudden said like, you've crossed one of my boundaries. And it's like people are misusing this self-help talk language a lot.
I agree.
I'm hearing people who do not understand anything and they're like, well, this is part of my healing process. And then I'm like, okay, can we like talk about it though?
Listen,
because
Kimberly, put out the fucking incense and let's talk. Okay,
let's actually talk. Because if you're a friend with someone and you say you're a friend, you should be able to have a conversation with them before you just end a friendship because they crossed a boundary that you've never even explained well.
Now, I will say, as a person that has cut off some friendships, sometimes you're not going to be able to.
You gave them warnings, though.
There's warnings.
It's not like you just cut it off. Yeah.
And at some point, then you're just kind of like,
well, we've talked about it. We've talked about it.
I think you both kind of get to that point too. Like, I feel like that's the one. Me and Dustin.
Well, yeah.
It just faded. We were like, fuck you.
You're
fuck
like,
you.
look. Well, he also acted really wrong around you multiple times.
Oh, yeah. And he still does.
And still does, even though it's been years since there's been any problem.
Why are you so pressed? I know I'm hot, but
he's still pressed. Like every time we see him,
he's like, It's like, girl, first. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna nasties. I'm not gonna cross any boundaries.
Oh, I would love to hear it. But anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Thatcher. Okay. Now we have a big topic we got to go over.
We do.
Honey. I have so many questions because you went on a little adventure last week. Tell us.
I did. I went to Camp Buckwood in Indiana, south of Indianapolis, and I went by myself. I got a cabin. It literally.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, like, I drove down there. It was fine.
How far away?
3 hours.
Oh, okay, good.
So Wednesday was dead there. Like nobody was there except for like seasonals or whatever they call them.
What's that? Like
people who live there during the season. There's a season from
it's like spring to fall. Okay, fun. That's cool.
Yeah. So all the seasonals are there. Blah blah. But I was kind of by myself, and I was like, I went to the little town downtown. I got a really good pizza the first night by myself.
I love that.
And I watched Beef. That's when I watched Beef because I was like, there's nobody
on
here.
Episode 3, I love it. Yeah.
There was nobody here. It was already getting dark, and I was kind of like, I'm allowed to do this. This is part of this is my journey.
This is solo traveling. It's amazing.
It's so amazing because it was hard for me to snap out of it. Right. I like literally binged it.
Oh no, who's judging me? Nope,
nobody.
No one. I can just lay here. Yep.
Oh yeah. So the next day it was time to tackle the issue that I wanted to tackle.
And what type of camp was this? I don't think we said yet.
Oh, it's a gay clothing optional camp.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I needed a shower before I went to get my massage because I had a massage lined up down the way at a camper. It was an outdoor situation. Get ready. So I decided that my first steps were going to be to walk to the shower butt naked. And the shower was not far. I mean, it was probably like 30 feet. But I had to walk out and walk into the pool area. And there was people in the hot tub. And I walked past them naked. Took a shower. Everything's great.
Oh, my God.
Then I decided, well, now that we're here, let's just walk to this massage naked down the fucking way. So I'm walking down the path, butt ass naked to my massage. I get to the massage. I'm like, sorry, is this what, like, I'm like, he's like, no. He's like, we don't get naked, but they're like the prude boys, I guess he said. And I was like, he was so sweet. He told me all the stuff about like camp and like what was going on and where I needed to go, what I needed to do. So it was a really good
I like that.
Yeah, it was very good. It made me feel very comfortable knowing that like,
even though you're naked, it's okay.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was fine. And he did a really great job on my back. Like I had no pain after. However, during said massage, which I don't mind this kind of thing, and he made sure I was okay. So there's a boy, I guess. He's like 20 something. I think he's maybe not all there.
Yeah.
That walks around camp.
Oh boy.
So he kept walking by like 7 times while I'm getting my massage butt naked right there. Like you could see it. Like, so if I'm laying here, he's just walking out on the trail over here. Not a big deal. Like you really can't see anything but the top of my butt at this point. Doesn't matter anyway. So my massage, Alan, he goes, just so you know, like this guy, he doesn't mean harm. Like he's really harmless. Like he's keep stopping here. I was like, okay. So I rolled to my back. That was what I was nervous about my back too. I was like, oh no, my penis is out.
Your
in the air.
dick's out. You're gonna get hard. Oh, I would. Yeah, I probably would.
I was like, sorry. I was like, does anybody ever get excited? He's like, yeah, but I'm very professional. I'm like, oh, okay. I was kind of hoping he would grab it, but he didn't. Thank you, Alan, for being professional. So then I sit up from my massage, and said person that was walking the trails 7 times is jerking off right in front of us on the trail.
What?
So let me explain something to you about gay camp. There are areas that they literally have set up that have heat, electricity, porn playing, and you just go into the barn, the woodshed it's called, and you just go jerk off. And
there's more than one area?
There's 2 swings. There's an outdoor play area. There's 2 indoor play areas.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes. So it was kind of close to one of those play areas. So that's why he was cruising. He was cruising. So then he starts standing next to us while we're having a conversation. He's like, and I'm like,
no.
So I start walking up the hill and he goes, what cabin are you in? I go, I'm in cabin 3. I said, and then I pulled out the partner card. I had to.
Yeah,
like,
good.
If he was hotter than hell, I'd be like,
well, yeah, you're like
3.
cabin 3. Doors always open.
He's like, okay, I'll see you in 3. I go, no, you won't. I was kind of mean, but I was like, I'm going to set my boundary.
Good.
But I'm naked at this point too. Like, imagine that.
Yeah. How do you set a boundary nude?
Oh, right. I'm like,
you're like,
don't look at me.
Don't look at my cock. It's out.
So then I decided to, I don't know where I went. I was going to fly the drone around. So I was trying to stay busy because I wanted to like at least like do stuff.
Right.
And so my neighbors pull up they pull up and they got out of the Jeep and I go, oh, hey neighbor. And I just kept walking.
Thank
like
God. Yeah. Like keep going. Yeah.
So came back. I connected with them. They're like, we're going to go to the hot tub. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Now I thought you had okay.
What?
Just the hot tub? There wasn't anything going on in the room?
Oh, no.
Cabin?
Oh, I had something go on. I'll get there.
Okay.
So we go to the pool. We go to the hot tub and there's 10 men in there already. And I have to get into the hot tub naked. So I do it.
Wait, did you have to step up and in?
No, thank God. No.
I was gonna say
step down though.
It was
like actually, I think I
that's the worst view.
I think I almost broke my hip because the way I got in, I thought it was like a higher step, and I put my foot down, and then I was like, whoa, and I like fell down. And I was like, oh, I think I just like tore a ligament or something.
You could have.
I probably did. It still hurts. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm nude. I'm like talking to people. Blah blah. Then my new friends come. They're nude.
Ooh.
We talk. Mind you, it is Bear Weekend.
Okay, so we're gonna see some.
But what I want to really stress to people who have never been around a bunch of naked men in life, in real life.
Okay.
Some men, you can't even see their dicks. Okay.
Yeah.
Some men, you see their dicks. Okay. They're big. But reality is most guys, honest to God, are growers. And it's balls in a nubbin. Okay. Yeah. Like a lot of guys. And it's okay. And that's what I realized on this trip was like, okay, like if I'm not
anyone even mildly overweight, even like literally like you're just, if you're not skinny, most guys are just a nubbins. And
I realize that if you have a thin cock, your cock's gonna be longer. If you have a thicker cock, it just kind of like nubbins it.
Yeah. Little turtle head.
But regardless though, what was interesting about it was that I was like, oh, I'm really not.
You're not small.
I'm good.
No, you're big.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So regardless of anybody else's size though, it was just so like awesome being naked everywhere I went. I didn't get dressed like the whole time. I was like probably naked 85% of the time. Literally, I was naked all day, every day. Walked to the shower, brush. I had a guy come
love
up to me and be
that.
like, "Oh, this looks nice," because it was like a new setup, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's new." And he's like, "I was talking about you."
Oh
I have it on
my
tape. Trust me, it's on the
God.
documentary. Because I snuck my GoPro in the shower. It was really great, to be honest. Like, it was just a good. I met some really cool people. Now, one of the nights, I did decide to release. So I went down to the woodshed.
Oh my God.
I also had a really fucking hot dad. Hot fucking dad. From Chicago. He's a seasonal, but whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
He was like, it was late too. It was like after we had been drinking, and it was like probably, I never even met him, but I saw him on Grindr, and I was like, "Hey, daddy." I realized I'm into dads, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that's what I've been missing in my life is that
You didn't have a dad. You literally like
oh no, I have daddy issues.
Yeah, you do.
but like really,
You do.
I
Yeah.
really like an old man to kind of like when they rub you and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, son," or like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, oh, I'm like vulnerable. I become very like,
Yeah.
ooh, hee, hee. So anyway, this man, he was like 50 something.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna jerk off like in the woodshed. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll meet you up there. So I go up there. Had my new friends show me, and they left. I was like, where is this fucking place at? You had to like walk through the woods and like in mud and shit. I was like,
oh
fuck.
my God.
I go in there though. I'm only wearing a hoodie,
Okay.
and a cock ring, and no bottoms and shoes. So I walk in there. There's a guy already in there that's pretty fucking hot too, jerking off. He's in a robe.
Oh my
I decide,
God.
fuck it. I sit right down on the goddamn bench, and I start fucking jerking off. So another guy
This
comes
is so
in.
fun. Okay.
So another guy comes in, and he's like, he's older, a little older too. So we'll talk about that. So he's starting to go at it. I'm sitting. I get really, no pun intended,
You get
but cocky.
nasty.
I get
You get
nasty.
so
I'll do the
nasty.
sit back, and I was like, just sit. Oh. I lost my dick. I'll sit back and be kind of like, just like
slowly jerking.
yeah, just like slowly, like grabbing my meat and all, like being
I
nasty.
love it. You have to be nasty.
So I'm getting really turned on though by the two guys that are like, oh fuck, that's hot. No, no, no. And I'm being like, okay, now I'm starting to like put on performance. So then, then this is hot guy's not even there yet. Hot dad's not even there yet. He walks in, and I busted
as he walked in. Oh no.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm so like, so I was like, oh, and then the
he just saw you, and you were
the
like,
guy next to me was like, oh. And then
I love
and
that.
I was like, okay, like you're
like
not
go
really-
ahead, yeah.
And then he took it and was like, jerk. I was like, okay.
No.
So then the daddy was still over there, kind of jerking off, and he's like, I didn't know if I should just come over to you or not, or like if you wanted to jerk me off. And I was like, I mean, I didn't know what to do at that point because I had just
Sure.
shot, and I was like,
Yeah.
so I was like, still trying to like.
You're like, I'm coming down. Like I already came.
Well, he knew that too, so he kind of like exited.
Okay.
And I was like, thank God. So then I cleaned up because I have paper towels and sanitary products in there. So I clean up and I go walking my fucking ass up the hill.
You're like, back to the cabin.
Cum dripping from my dick and all. And I got on Grindr. I said, I'm so sorry. Like I don't know what happened. Like I just kind of. And he's like, it was fucking hot. Don't be sorry. I was like,
oh my God. You're like, I'm ready to come again.
I think he was mad at me though the next day because he made a shit comment to me.
What?
Well, I'm popular.
Yeah, duh.
So I had a whole group of friends, really hot friends too. Like we were all naked, frolicking around in the pool. Like, I mean, I'm telling you,
I gotta go. Like this is bullshit.
I know. And the thing is that I realize is that I think it's really good for relationships in general to be able to get naked in front of them and like not care. The problem is that it's coming with a reality check that you're going to expose yourself to your friends who you think that they have an image of you. When in reality, they probably don't. They probably don't even care. A lot of the people, it was shocking to me, the guys that would walk around and literally I'm like, huh.
Is that?
Not even like big guys either. Like I'm like, most people are literally the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing thing to like witness.
Yeah, if you looked at dicks only, like they're very similar.
It's like kind of weird. You're like,
they're
actually
all about
kinda
the same
small.
size. Mostly are small.
I mean, like most are like little nubs. Like this one guy he came in, he was like, he had cowboy boots on. He had a dip in his mouth and he was like all like country or whatever.
Little
honey, like a little baby acorn.
Oh my God.
And he was like, and he walks in and I'm like, but that's
You're
the
like,
fucked up part is that I don't want that to be the, like, I'm not judging you by your dick size. But
no,
like,
but you're just like,
but there is such thing as like little man syndrome or like,
oh no, there really is.
I'm like,
so
I should have
bad.
known. I should have known your dick was going to be the one that, and then the ones that are quiet are like
the ripped ones, the muscular. Yeah, it's
the
like
one guy that I'll show you a picture.
Oh my God, I have to see. Like, I cannot.
He's been texting me now. He's like,
good.
I wish.
You should just go back for a weekend.
I mean, I probably will.
Go Saturday morning, get there at noon, and then stay a night.
So this boy, he's like,
oh no.
Yeah. And that's his older husband. He's in the chubs.
Oh,
no. Those eyes.
Yeah, no. Oh no.
Yeah, he was.
I wouldn't care either.
He
That
was
can be
very
on-
cute.
that- oh my God.
Yeah, he's very cute. Very cute.
Oh yeah.
He's cute.
It's problematic. It's problematic.
It is.
Oh, and okay. Yeah, this is bad.
So he's there.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is the kind of people that were there. There was like some hot ass people.
That's bad.
But it was very interesting because
good,
I was naked with them though. And it was like, oh, hey, okay. And of course he's hung like a goddamn horse. Of fucking course.
Uncut guy?
Uncut. Hot. His husband was hot too. I was flirting with both of them. Actually, we became really funny friends because, of course, I was becoming a whore, and I was like,
"Yeah,
I'm
he's
sure
like,
you were." And he was like, "Look, your boy's standing up," because there was one guy that was like straight guy, like 26 years old, probably.
No,
so fucking
26,
so fucking hot. Okay, and I was like, "Oh," and then he goes, "Hey, did you see in the hot tub?" I was like, "What?" I'm standing there butt naked, like no big deal, and he's like, "Your boy's in the hot tub," and I go, "Oh." So I was so I made friends, like little whore friends here.
I love being a whore friend.
So anyway, long story short, I got naked. I'm making a documentary. It'll come out soon. Like, I'm almost done with it, sort of.
You're going to need, I'll give you the camp blanket, like that one that I showed you. Yeah. Camp blanket. Do you have?
It's totally life-changing. I don't like my ass. I will say that. I'm not really a fan of my ass. Don't like it, but I also don't give a fuck because of all the people that I saw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is your ass really the worst?
There's gonna be somebody who's better looking than you, and there's gonna be somebody that's uglier than you.
Everywhere you go.
There's gonna be somebody bigger than you. There's gonna be somebody smaller than you.
Now we just happen to have surrounded ourselves with people that make us look better, and that's great.
And that's the
honestly,
way
we're the hot ones in our friend group.
We are,
and that's fine. I don't care.
I mean, honestly, it's set up that way. I think that's why we had to break off and have our own like separate like podcasts and situation because we're just too hot for the group. To be honest,
I mean, you look around, you're like, well, we're good friends
and we're successful. So it's like kind of a weird situation. But I did want to address one thing. I know I'm running way over.
No, we're not.
Okay, so you made a comment about friends, me getting naked in front of friends. I do think though it's still hard for me to get naked in front of my current friends. I don't know why. A lot of those people were friends too, so it's like they're all naked together, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, I just have never that. I don't know why my brain. It'd probably be better.
Yeah, it would be
like to not that it has. I mean, I've been naked with you in the hot tub, but like it was.
I've been naked.
I've been naked. Yeah, I've seen your dick way more.
You've seen it way more times, I think. Unfortunately for you, but
it doesn't matter.
Right. That's why the point of it. I'm not like. Yeah, like I'm just naked, but it's not like I'm.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, you know.
It doesn't matter.
Really, you realize you're like, oh no, naked. Okay.
But then once you're naked all the time, then you're like, oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm talking. We went in the pool because it was heated, but it was like not heated that much.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, my ball sack is so tight. I have not had it. And then I walked out of it. Like
you
I
felt
didn't care.
young.
Who the fuck cares? Everyone's dick is shrinking in the pool.
Oh yeah.
Go to the hot tub.
Right.
It's like you just realize these little cues, and you're like. It really doesn't. Nothing matters.
You see other people, you're like, oh, everyone shrunk.
There's people so confident too that like. Now I will say there's one little thing that I don't know how I feel, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble.
Oh no.
What do you? Okay.
Oh no.
What do we feel about? Oh God, I don't even want. I might have to cut this to be honest. A trans man that. Hasn't transitioned into anything and doesn't even look like a man.
Okay.
And so I understand that this is controversial.
Okay.
If you're at an all gay male nude camp.
Yeah.
And you walk in with tits, big old titties.
Oh,
not bare titties. Like,
okay. Like
breast.
Like female breast.
Presenting. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying, though? It's a very weird line because you're like,
no,
I want to
totally
be accepting,
do.
but I'm like, you're actually taking space up in the hot tub that somebody else could be in here.
I know. And it's the thing, like...
I don't care.
Maybe we should just call it like an all-cock camp.
Honestly.
You know, like because
dicks only.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are getting so upset about being I think
there are going to be places everywhere that are like inclusive and exclusive. Like there are just going to be certain places where we're not welcomed.
No offense, but
there's a lot of places I don't go. And so it is like a little bit like you want like a men's camp to
There's
be
places
penises.
I don't go because it's scary for me or like it's not appropriate for me to be there.
Right. All the time.
Huh.
There's a lot of bars I don't go to because I'm like, this is a full straight bar.
Yeah, it's like me going to Chuck E. Cheese. It just doesn't work.
You're not,
I'm not a parent.
That is so strange. So
it was very strange.
There are trans men who have like a T dick and like a flat
that's the other
chest
thing.
because
So,
they
like,
had top surgery.
I mean,
and so that's like, okay, like you are very masculine presenting. If you came in with big old tits and a vagina.
Not presenting at all. And then wore like
that's
a jock on the bottom, but it was like, I just
like
it
camel
didn't
toe.
No, it just wasn't giving me like what I don't. It's such a weird topic because I don't want to exclude anybody. But when you're at an all penis camp, I feel like you need to, or an all male camp even.
Yeah,
you need to present male, even if you don't have a dick. I need you.
I feel like that would take most men right out of their fantasy of we're all with a bunch of men.
Right.
And like this is
you
our
wouldn't
relaxing.
Because some people wear bottoms, so like you don't have to take off your bottoms to be accepted there.
Yeah.
So you could have your little Speedo on with your packer.
Yeah.
And have had the surgery
or, just, like,
whatever.
Shorts.
I'm not saying
or
she could, and they could be early in their transition, and I don't want to like discourage. It's
well,
such a hard
it's just
line.
like and they definitely identified as transgender. Like we're sure about that.
I'm not sure.
Well, then that's what I was saying is like.
But I don't know. You're supposed to ask them like, are you trans? Or are you a woman?
Well, this is where we're getting into that creeping zone where all of a sudden you have more women than gay men at a gay bar, and more women at AWOL than a gay.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like,
what point are we going to get to where it's like, where's our man's
right?
space?
It's like, am I sneaking one of my girlfriends into camp because they couldn't get in, but then
yeah. And I don't know because we don't know if this person identified as trans.
But that's
like,
also the problem.
I'm kind of wondering, like, were they trans or was it just a woman who's like, I love being naked with my
gay friends? Yeah. I just love my gay friends, and I want to go to
like, not
because there are no bottoms off. It was just the top.
For me. Yeah, that would take me out of my mindset of why I was there.
Well, because I feel like if you told me to get naked in front of a man versus a woman, I would be so much more comfortable with a man.
A trans man who had top surgery, like,
well, no, there's no,
I would fully stay.
There's no denying.
I would stay in the mood.
Correct.
Like,
it's the fact that you weren't presenting very well. And I'm not saying that you should already, or maybe you're in your process, but like it was a little bit of a difficult situation.
That's just, like, I don't know how I would react.
Yeah. So anyway, overall, I give it a 9 out of 10.
I love it.
We definitely need to go somewhere.
I want to go. Different.
Let's go Labor Day.
Okay.
We have to make the plans though.
Okay.
So I'm
gonna get so much trouble, but okay.
Oh, well, are you?
I think so because I brought it up and he was like, "So you would be gone on my birthday?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I said this is the only weekend Bobby has off multiple days."
Oh no. Well, if you don't come, I'm going.
No, I know. I want to go to a.
Well, whatever. You can figure it out. We can go to a gay camp this summer too. Like I'm thinking July, like when it's hot, because that's the other thing.
I want everything to be hanging.
Their pool was
cold.
Their pool area was it was awesome. Like it was but it needed to be warm out. Yeah. And I can see how that would be a fucking hit.
Yeah, if it were hot. Yeah, if it's hot out, the pool.
So we'll have to explore that for sure.
I love that.
Okay, so that was my trip. I'm liberated. I almost came to this episode naked, but then I was like, again,
you should have.
I should have.
It's the friend thing.
It's the friend thing, and I'll get over it.
It's fine.
I'm gonna get over it.
So Thursday I leave. I fly out to Newark, Newark to Munich, Munich to Sicily.
Now you're really excited about this part.
Yeah.
Now tell everybody why.
The first class, you mean? Oh yeah, no,
you
I'm
saved
like
your money.
So thrilled. I saved up, and I'm doing first class, and I've never done that. Like lay flat when I'm like on a plane. I did lay flat from Chicago to LA,
but that's like a discount. Or
it's like 5 hours. Yeah,
it was in a red eye. I almost said red light.
Yeah, I did get a discount on that flight. This flight is not a discount. It's overnight because you lose 6 hours.
Yeah.
So like they always make them overnight, so you land in the morning. So that's why I was like, if I'm flying out of Newark at like 8:30 and getting to Munich at 7:30 in the morning, I need to be able to pretend to sleep. So
and by that I mean
flat.
really sleep.
I think I really will. Like
I think you will too.
I have a couple champagnes. I take a trazodone. I lay down, put my earplugs in, lay flat, get a pillow, blanket.
The sound of the airplane.
Yeah, that noise is like a fan. I probably will sleep. Actually, you're right.
You're probably gonna sleep like a baby. Because if I could stretch
can't
out on
wait.
a plane, honey,
it'd be over.
If I could have a bed on a plane, I would fly everywhere.
Oh my god.
It's the fact
we
that
really
like
would
this.
just be like, let's go where?
Let's go to Africa, South Africa.
And such.
Which I do want to go to South Africa.
And such. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to Sicily. I'll be there 5 nights. Then we're going up to Florence. And then we're going to Pisa on the way to Portofino for a wedding. Then we're going to Milan, flying home. Now.
So you're going to be taking over all of Italy.
All of Italy.
So all of our Italian
Tour
listeners.
d'Italia.
Meet up with Jim.
Yeah.
He needs an
Remember that soccer player in Italy whose OnlyFans I followed?
Yeah.
I'll find it because I definitely loved it. No, he was a cute little I
think Italian
skinny,
boys are
muscular
probably
soccer player, and I don't know if he was gay even, but he he had a good OnlyFans.
Have you heard Matteo Lane's joke about Italians and gay?
No.
Oh my god! I think I just have to play it for you.
Yeah, find it.
It'll be quick because it's
you little twink.
Hard to tell who's gay or straight in Italy. You know what I mean? Like when I go to Italy, I look like I'm crushing in Italy. You can see 2 men in the street and you'd be like, I think they're straight. My favorite is the word for gay in Italian is just gay with an Italian accent. It's just guy.
Guy.
Right? Milano, vero? You'll just hear allora, mai visto questo ragazzo? Ma mi sembra gay.
Mi sembra gay. Okay, that's amazing.
So that's going to be a fun little moment because I always feel like Italians all look gay to me. I feel like Europeans
all Europeans.
Are
when I've been,
homo.
Last time I was in Europe, I'm like, why are the men wearing capris?
Mm-hmm.
Why is 7 inches of their fucking lower leg showing? They're wearing shoes without socks.
Because they're not worried about their masculinity.
They all have
here.
purses.
I know.
Straight men walk around with a fucking, they call it bags. And I'm like, that's a purse.
Oh, got a bag.
You got a bag.
Oh, that was not.
They got a bag.
You got a bag. That was my.
You got a chicken biscuit bag.
That was my London, my UK accent.
Yeah.
You got a bag.
You want a bag?
Well, I can't do it.
Yeah, like a takeaway.
You won't go.
Oh. Hello.
Hello. I can't really.
We would not do well in Europe.
No.
We would immediately get slapped down.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to fit in anything.
I hate it. Honestly, the last time I was in Italy, I will just say this. I remember being in Rome, and every time we went out to dinner, I would order 2 entrees because I was so hungry. Because their portion, they're like, when they say you don't gain weight in Italy, you don't gain weight in Europe. Yeah, because their portion sizes are kid sizes. I would get a pasta dish and be done in 5 bites, and then be like, so
is there bread?
Yeah, no. I would ask. I would be like, can you bring more bread?
Is there a baguette?
Can I get a pizza?
Guy,
or we'd just hit up McDonald's afterwards because their McDonald's tastes great.
Because
it was such the McDonald's there in Rome.
I feel like they might have a really good Parmesan
They had
chicken.
a veggie burger. I mean, they had fake chicken nuggets. Even this was in 2015.
Europeans are
2015.
so with it.
Yeah, so that's my trip. I'm excited. So we're gonna be off a week, but then I'll be back and
Jim will be off a week. I haven't decided what I might do. But also,
you're such a whore.
P.S. though, our 200th episode is coming.
Oh,
I feel like we need to do a live show.
Yeah, agree.
I don't know where, but backyard.
Okay,
the backyard.
Yeah, somewhere we can get all the equipment.
Because I'm tired of traveling with equipment
easily.
Anyway, we're already going way over. So, news this week. Some quick brief.
There's no need to go over it again. We all hate her.
Basically, everybody hates trans people. And I know that my last little speech wasn't really helpful for them, but you
just hate them in certain spaces.
Yeah, I don't want to see your pussy. Sundries.
I have a sundry.
Okay. Is it gonna be sad because you kind of got a weird sundry? Wah, wah.
No, I have a good sundry.
Okay.
So, as you may know, Matt got approved for disability today.
Thank God, because he's had so many
he's had so many ups and downs, mostly downs, very far down, and he's coming back up. And he's up. He's shooting into the sky today.
I really hope that he takes up with some of his extra time. I really want him to get back into his hobby.
Agree.
I want him to
we need him to focus on the hobbies now.
Yeah, it's time to.
It
might be time to save some money for a drone and maybe go to the railroads or you need to learn cross stitch or
he could work for you, but not really work because he's on disability, but hobby with you.
Hobby with me.
I love that.
I'm really happy for him because I know that this was a long struggle. It's been a long time.
It's ongoing. I mean, we had to Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of talks with him.
And it's all because his feet, right? Like, it's because he walked on the rocks.
It's because the railroad ruined his feet on top of his
same
hearing,
railroad that ruined the river.
On top of his, it's the same company that ruined the river. His hands are now ruined. Yeah. So this is a great day. So that's my sundry is like, let's celebrate our wins.
Wins where we have them.
Wins when we have them.
And that's a win. So congrats, Matt.
Now
my sundry is a little not as pleasant, if you will.
Oh, God.
I really fucking hate people who are karaoke hosts. Now, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know some of you were like, because you're all karaoke freaks.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a certain kind that they think that they are the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep like this person that was hosting this at the camp, I almost like snapped because I was like, you are so fucking annoying. Like he kept doing stuff like, well, I'll tell you what, if you choose this Golden Girls song, I'm fucking leaving.
Okay, then leave.
And that's why I said, and he's like,
leave the machine.
I'm not drunk enough to do this. Then he sings like a fucking 7-minute song with a lot of breaks in it.
No.
And I'm like, I don't understand you. I don't understand because he was delaying too. It's supposed to start at 8. It didn't start till 8:30 because he was playing Magic cards. That's where we were at with him. So,
are you fucking kidding me?
And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm nerding out. I'm like, we're all sitting here.
We're waiting for this.
Because I'm here supporting my new friends. And
they want
to
sing.
Right. And I'm like, my edible's kicking in.
No one
like,
wants to listen to the host sing a 7-minute song.
So that's what they had to do. Then nobody was signing up because then it was all unorganized. And then the internet went down. Then he cut off people from, and then he takes off his shirt. I'm just like, I hate you.
That's so bad. Be a good host, period.
If you don't know how to host,
get out.
But I think you know what kind of a person I'm talking about.
No, I know. I've encountered
that karaoke
them.
host attitude.
Or it's like a trivia host. There's a few of them.
Yep. Once you get the mic in front of them, well, maybe that's us too.
There's a few of them in Columbus. I've been to some trivias where I'm like, this person's just an asshole.
Yeah, like you're trying to be funny, but it's not.
It's not working. We came to play a game. We didn't come here to listen to your stand-up. It's awful.
Thank you.
Like your stand-up is trash. That's why you're a trivia host.
And that's how we're gonna. And I'm like,
yeah, like. No.
Like, who's singing next?
Like, where's the list? Crazy. Get it going. Organize it. People come up. People sit down. We go.
He cut off my friend twice.
Why?
I don't know. The first time he caught him, I was like, oh, I thought it was over. He was singing.
No.
Poor unfortunate souls.
You didn't think it was like over? It's like
he did that the first time, and the second time he cut him off again, and I go, okay, you cut off my friend twice when he wanted to sing here tonight. You're a cunt.
Yeah.
So I wrote it down in I was like, I am not doing this. Like, you know the person though. And if you are that person, I need you to really look in the fucking mirror when you're hosting your little events where there's 10 people there at the moment. Like, let's not get too cocky. Yes, it got busier as the night went on. We were the early birds.
You're not a DJ in Las Vegas. You're not like a house artist.
You're in the middle of Indiana.
You are a karaoke host at a camp.
You're at a camp. Like it's that camp counselor attitude. It's that,
oh my God, no.
Holier than thou. Like, which, speaking of, one last little baby thing, and then we're done. Do you have Facebook, or are we friends on Facebook? I'm talking to you.
No, I don't have Facebook.
Good morning. The Holy Spirit just kind of gave me a little love tap, so I thought I would tell you what happened. Chandler, my sweet angel face.
My sweet angel face.
He is not wanting to talk, and everything's fine. He's okay. He's just having a harder time learning.
You can say autistic. It's okay.
No, I don't think he's learning. I think he knows language. He just doesn't.
No, think what you
want
think,
to speak.
Bitch.
And he's so precious. And so, anyway, we've been doing things to try to help him start talking. And there is a preschool show on YouTube called Miss Rachel. She is I don't know if she's a language pathologist. I don't know if she is a preschool teacher. But she has a lot, like she has shows that are very helpful.
So she does really good shows.
Okay.
To start talking. And so anyway, there is a non-binary character on this show called Jules. And Jules, when she's talking to the kids and playing her guitar and singing a song for them, it's about a stuffed animal, and she refers to the stuffy as a they them, the singular.
Because it's a stuffed animal.
It's a stuffed animal.
And so, anyway, I don't care what Jules does in her personal life or anyone else. I think, you can do what you want to do. And I'm going to tell you about my Jesus. And you're going to stand before him one day just like everybody else. But like,
are we?
I got my own garden of weeds that I'm dealing with. So I'm not criticizing.
So let's get on Facebook and criticize.
We're all going to be responsible.
But you are getting on and criticizing.
And so anyway,
we don't care that
we
you're
remember
Christian.
her. Do you remember
on
her?
this video,
Yeah.
she refers to the singular stuffed animal as a they, them. Here's why I have a problem with that.
Stuffed
Do what you
animal.
want to do in your own big girl life with your own fully developed frontal lobe. But when it comes to what
She's
we're
still
doing with our
walking
kids
around.
and teaching our kids,
Maybe she should watch her
not okay.
kid,
And
actually.
so,
it's not talking.
come this way.
And it's
So,
walking around,
God kind
closing
of
doors.
just pressed on my heart
God
a couple
pressed
months
on
ago
her
and said, we're not going to watch this anymore. And so I was like, we're not watching this anymore. Well, then Chandler and the language thing got worse, and I was like, well, we gotta help it. We're gonna watch it. It's
Because he
fine.
was
We're gonna
learning to
just-
speak
we'll
from the
fast forward through that
show.
part.
Okay.
But then it ended up, we just played it, and he watched it, and that's my fault, and I shouldn't have allowed that. And so, anyway, this morning I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth, and I had Miss Rachel on in my room, and Jules was singing her song with her stuffy that goes like this: give your stuffy a big, big hug, give your stuffy a big, big hug. And then it goes dun 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 dun. Okay, that's the tune. And while I'm brushing my teeth, I hear Jesus just kind of whisper in my heart, say,
This bitch
"Do you
is
remember that
hearing
song from church when
voices.
you were little? Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. For the Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. For the Father up above is looking down in love. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear." And it was just kind of a
What the fuck's
reminder
happening?
that God told me.
God
Stop
told
it.
you.
And I didn't. And he's gonna
This kid
get
needs
like
help.
Chan's gonna be fine. He's like there's not
No, he's
any
not.
delay or anything like
There's
that.
a
It's just
delay.
my other kids talked super early, and so it's just kind of frustrating. that
How
we're
embarrassing
kind of
that you just had to
a
say
longer
that.
route there,
There's
but
not a delay.
he'll get there, but
No, he won't.
instead of trusting
He might
the Lord
never.
and obeying, in my urgency
Obey.
to get Chandler to use his words and to
Now,
You named your kid after
Start talking.
your maiden name.
Like-
Like,
let's start there.
Let's start,
to the Lord like that, and then
Oh.
I have people from high school love this so much. We need to save our kids. Da 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 da. Now I wrote, so then I decided, being the cunt that I am. Remember last time she blocked me, but I'm back.
I love it.
The cunt that I am, I decided, well, two can play that game. So if you would read my post.
This says, do you think teaching about a man in the sky is too advanced for the frontal lobe of children? What about faking characters as kids grow up and then telling them you lied? Asking for a friend. We need to protect our children at all costs. Have a good weekend, y'all. Overall the hate in the name of Jesus.
And then look at the top. I'm feeling blessed. Don't fucking tell me about a frontal fucking lobe and then put your kids in front of your little preschool fucking church rhymes talking about Noah's Ark and honey.
Yeah.
If I'm going to stand in front of the Lord, I was created this way. And the comments are crazy. Like some guy tried to get at me from Columbus. I was like, I'm sorry. I think you listened
What
to the
do
show.
you wish you were protected from that you think could have made your life better that you are now trying to protect your children
I put a post of...
I don't even know what he's saying.
So I put a post of the Catholic priests raping people.
Yeah.
And so we'll start here. And he's like, what about you, though? I'm like, I don't have to tell you what my personal shit is.
Yeah, you don't have to tell him what you're unable to overcome.
Without making a statement. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to make it personal, but that whole video was so unhinged and so psychotic.
Why is he asking about you?
I don't know.
Does he know you?
Creator profile. Anyway, honey, listen. The name of the game is don't fucking come. Like, what do you want to call a stuffed animal? First of all, they don't have a gender.
It's a stuffed animal. It doesn't matter. You
So
can call it anything.
they,
Yeah. You can call it they, them.
them.
It doesn't matter. It's a stuffed
What would you
animal.
prefer? What would you prefer? So anyway, I hope the Lord calls on you this week, everybody. We hope the Lord calls on Jim while he's in Italy. We hope he comes all over him.
Agree.
I hope the Lord continues to bless me in mysterious ways.
I love that.
Thank you.
Let's let him.
And I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. I really don't.
You'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And any last words, Jim, before you take off to the European area?
Just leave a voicemail, 614-721-5336. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Right? Is that it? Like, are we
Yeah,
good?
that's it. Yes, we're beyond good. We're way over time.
Oh, honey, get over it. You're not going to record for 16 days.
Oh my God, that's true.
Yeah, like, you're not even going to know who I am when you get back.
I will too.